I did not see that coming. Either of them. There were two twists this week, neither of which I saw coming. And one I predicted. I think a lot of us thought that Mia was here for the long haul. She was getting pretty well established, I thought, last week and in episode 4. And we predicted that although she was in jail and was probably going to stay there at least for the short to medium term, that maybe she was being planted as a seed to come back in a future season of Dexter Resurrection and would find out that Dexter had set her up and escape from jail at some point, maybe escape from the courthouse to live up to her name of Lady Vengeance and seek her revenge on Dexter down the line. But no, she was done. She was done. I did not see that. So I was watching it and I was sat with my wife and I said, well, that was a twist we didn't see coming. And I don't think, none of the feedback I got from listeners said she's going to get bumped off next week or bumped off this season. I don't think anyone thought that was coming. But it did. And we'd only just said about that as a twist. And then, bugger me, next scene, Gemini's not dead. There's two of them. When the car pulled up and it's, who's this? And we were thinking, is it the New York Ripper? Is it someone we've already met? Well, yeah, it was someone we'd already met. It was David Dasmalchian again. Gareth? Who is this one? Is this one called Gareth? Is Gareth a pseudonym that both twins adopted and one's called Billy and one's called Johnny? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But when I saw Gareth, in inverted commas, there we go. I can't do both hands because the other one's holding my phone. But you get what I mean. When Gareth got out of the car, I was so happy. And I laughed because I thought the writers have bloody done one on us. They've stitched us up good and proper, thinking that was it. Dexter's taken another one of them out. But no, Gareth's back, and this twin, seems to have no idea of what's just transpired with his brother. There was no sort of hint of suspicion, so who knows what the deal is with those two. Have they been interchangeable? Have they both been attending Prater's meetings, his dinner parties? I don't know. But more David Dasmalchian and more Gareth, I'm all for it. But I was so happy. And you know me, I love to be surprised. And with this podcast, theorising is what we do. It's what we're here for. We're here to predict, speculate, and yeah, theorise about what's coming down the pipe. And I did not see this one coming. And when I'm surprised, genuinely surprised, it wasn't even the mere possibility hadn't entered my head. And you guys, the feedback from listeners, no one predicted that the Gemini killer was the Gemini killers, and actually there were two of them. Well played. And I said this on social media. I put, bravo Dexter, bravo. And I messaged Scott. I DM'd him and said, well played, guys, because you really did us there. And I said to Scott, I would like to shake you by the hand because that was a good one. That was a good one. And he replied and said, thanks, but he feels bad for people who have been saving up these episodes and are going to binge at the end, because this may be a twist that doesn't stay secret, doesn't stay under wraps. It's out there, isn't it? And people might end up getting spoiled for this one. Well, hopefully not. Anyway, that's my instant reaction to this episode, but I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because this episode made me so happy, because I love to be surprised by this show. You know, we spend so much time thinking about it and analysing the far end of a fart and you know, right down to the smallest minutiae sometimes. And I know you guys do, and do too. And it's what we're here for. It's what the podcast is about. We're dissecting it, aren't we? And it's all part of the fun. And it enhances my pleasure of watching the show, as you know. But yeah, that's it. The full review and podcast will be coming in a couple of days. Well, a bit more than that. Probably Monday, late Monday into Tuesday. But I aim to record Monday. So yeah, if you want to get on the podcast with your feedback and thoughts and comments, please do. But email them to the usual place, dissectingdexter@gmail.com, before lunchtime Monday UK time would be probably best, to guarantee that you get in time for me to be able to respond on the show. But I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, guys. Speak to you soon.